Hey, good morning, everyone. So, as y'all can tell, I am in a hotel room right now. I'm not on trail. I have unfortunately contracted norovirus. And so, what happened is we got into Carlisle and did a day of slack packing, which went really well. The next day, we actually decided to do a full zero, which I am very, very happy that we did do because that evening when I went to bed, or just before going to bed, started feeling a little queasy, not feeling too good. I figured I'd just go to bed, and before I could even go to bed, I started showing the symptoms. Unfortunately, had to use the restroom several times throughout the night there, and the next day as well. So if y'all know anything about norovirus, it is something that goes along the trail, unfortunately. And I had heard of, or I guess once I began showing symptoms, I did hear about others having it in the area as well. It has not been fun. I've now been in Carlisle for, I believe, 3 full zeros now, 3 or 4. I have fully recovered, well, not fully, but about 99% or 90-ish there, recovered. And so planning to hike out. We'll see how far I actually make it here today. But yeah, this definitely pulled me back a bit, or held me back just a little bit. I don't have any motivation to be on trail right now. This is the last thing I want to do is hike back out, but I know I need to get back out there. Unfortunately, it is going to be something that I wanted to make sure that I was almost fully recovered from, and I do need to be extra precautious because this is something that I can still pass along to others, is my understanding at least. And so I am going to be very careful about washing my hands, and especially trying to be careful when it comes to leave no trace principles. We're using privies and that whatnot. So yeah, this has been unfortunate. I believe though today I can actually make it far enough to get to another town of Duncannon, which is only about 18 miles. Let's see if I actually make that, but it is very flat. So if I do get there, I can actually stay there, which that would be nice, and be able to use the facilities there instead. But yeah, I would highly recommend against it. I actually have no idea where I got it from. It is possible I got it from a water source. My water filter is not the type that would filter out for norovirus. Very few on the market actually would do viruses. But yeah, this has been an unfortunate situation. The other thing is actually 3 of the folks that are in my group actually did test positive for COVID. So they also got stuck here in Carlisle for some time. They are already back on trail and moving along. I believe that they have fully recovered, thankfully, but my whole group is now several days ahead. So I'm gonna need to push a little bit once I am fully back recovered to try to catch back up with them. But I just want to give a little trail update. Again, this has been, I'm glad that I finally got it done and over with. I know it's something that a lot of people do get. Hopefully from here on out, I can remain healthy while on trail, but yeah, be sure to wash your hands, guys. That's all I can say about that. All right, so I'm just leaving Duncannon, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling great today. Stomach is still very messed up. So we'll see how far I make it. All right, well, today was very, very rough. I'm struggling to even make it 10 miles every day, or today. And this is just got no appetite. And because I got no appetite, I've got no calories. Because I have no calories, I have no energy. And so it's just a struggle every day. So I'm going to just choke down some dinner tonight and hopefully be better by the morning. I've had this now for 4 days, I think. So I'm really hoping by tomorrow I'm back to normal. But it's like 4 o'clock and I'm already calling it. I can't go any further right now, unfortunately, and it's really not great water sources either coming up. So yeah, it sucks. All right, so woke up feeling much, much better today. yesterday I was feeling really, really rough. Could barely do, 10 miles was asking a lot. And so basically choked down some dinner, forced myself to eat. Woke up this morning and I had quite a bit of hunger still. So very happy that I was able to actually get some breakfast down. Energy levels are way, way up. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing 20 miles today, but I think 15 is very doable. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, glad to be back in this because it was a rough week there. Being sick, highly would not recommend catching norovirus. So, whoa, very rough. All right, good morning, everyone. So, yesterday was somewhat tough. I would say towards the end of the evening, energy levels definitely got low. I think that was definitely still just me recovering from norovirus. I think today I should be back at 100%. Felt good when I woke up this morning. I feel inspired to hike. Yeah, again, I would not recommend getting a norovirus on trail. It's really knocked me out for almost an entire week now, which is unfortunate. I'm back with like a bubble that's behind us though, which has kind of been cool. I've been seeing some folks that I hadn't seen in quite a while. But it is a little bit discouraging seeing them because I'm like, I made so much ground over the past month or so and I was moving quick. And now I'm just back where I started. So maybe I'm destined to be in this bubble. Maybe this is where I need to be. So I need to stop trying to take control of things and trying to make the trail or keep up with certain groups of people and just kind of go at my own pace again, hike your own hike. It's unfortunate, but I think the group that I've been with, really enjoyed being with them. But at this point, I think it's gonna be almost impossible to catch back up with them. So it's unfortunate, but I ended up finding just a little stealth spot. It was about 1.5 miles short of what my ultimate goal was yesterday. I just completely ran out of energy and I saw the spot, decided to call it. So goal today is to go about 15 miles again. I think it's really just gonna be my goal for the next few days. Not to push too hard. I don't wanna try to do like 20s or anything, but yeah, so I think it might storm later today. We'll see what happens with the weather, but it should take me maybe 3 more days to get to Port Clinton where I'll do my next resupply. But yeah, so overall I feel good about hiking again. Not gonna lie, for about 2 days there, back on trail, I wasn't doing much mileage. It was hurting. It was painful to hike. I had no energy. I'm not gonna lie, at that point I thought I had thoughts about quitting. I know they say not to quit on a tough day or a down day, so obviously I didn't make any sort of rash decision, but I'm glad to be enjoying the trail again, to be back out here. I know I've got the mental fortitude to make it to Katahdin. Even through these tough days, I'm still pushing hard, so looking forward to summiting someday. I want to be able to say that I did it and I've made it all the way, so yeah. All right, well, today has been really easy so far. I actually think this might have been the first time that I actually hit 12 miles before 12 o'clock. Very proud of myself here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to push another 13, which would be about a 25 mile day. Get to a shelter. I'm gonna kind of take it easy though the rest of the day, kind of just go at a decent pace and not push too hard. But yeah, so far I've really enjoyed the hike today. It hasn't been too rocky, nice and flat, not much of an incline. We'll have 2 of them coming up throughout today, or a little later today, but yeah, really nice. This is the trail. All right, well, the weather ended up turning on me pretty hard. And so I set up my tent and hung out for a few hours. Ended up having dinner early. So I've got maybe an hour and a half worth of sunlight. I'm gonna hike just a little bit longer, try to get to a tent site, and then call it a night. So overall, really good day. My foot really didn't bother me all that much. This is like one of the first times. Definitely had some pain, but like a 2 out of 10 compared to it's, normal 6, 7, 8 out of 10 worth of pain. So, oh, check this out. Oh, I think you missed it. There's a deer up here. So there's a deer right in the middle of the trail there. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so I think I will end up having done 17-ish miles, 18 miles here today. So not a great day. Started off real strong, but the rain changed those plans, unfortunately. But that's all right. I'm going to try to do, I believe, about 20 tomorrow is the goal. And then I'll have 15 to get into Port Clinton. I'll do my resupply, maybe hang out there for a bit. Who knows? Maybe even take a night there so I can shower and do some laundry. But unfortunately, my group is still a couple days ahead. They're actually in Port Clinton today doing everything they need to do. So I'm about 2 days behind still, unfortunately. Hopefully, I will be able to push some miles and catch up. But, if not, then that's how it is sometimes. Hey, good morning, everyone. So, last night I got into camp a little late, but I still had some sunlight to actually set up and pass out. But today I am trying to do about 19 miles. I'll leave 15 to get into Port Clinton tomorrow. Obviously, if I could do more, that'd be nice, but it's been really rocky so far. I did get up early, got an early start at about 7 in the morning. So I can sort of take my time, but sometimes that's not up to me. Sometimes that's the trail that is determining that I need to take my time. So hopefully it'll be a bit of a nice day. It did rain last night, so it's pretty cool today. Hopefully it stays that way and we don't see any more rain. So far, Pennsylvania has been very, very rocky, and apparently it's only going to get worse. So this is what the trail has mostly been today. These little boulders are just the size that you got to navigate your feet around them. And they can be very painful when you step on sometimes, if you step on them wrong. So you have to be very careful about what you're doing and where you're stepping. So it causes you to go much slower, unfortunately. Oh, it's annoying. Hey, good morning. So yesterday, did about 17, 18 miles. I took a few hours off midday. There's a nice shelter that you could actually order pizza from. So I hung out and had some pizza, bulked up on those calories and carbs, and ended up hiking out about 5 p.m. until about 8 p.m. In which I then got to camp. I did about, I believe, 18-ish miles yesterday. And today I've got another 18 to go to get into Port Clinton. I think the plan right now, there is a shelter in the town that is hosted by a church there. I think I'm going to stay there tonight. And there is a shuttle that will take me into the main part of town where there's a Cabela's and a Walmart. And so the plan would be to do my resupply there, possibly. The other plan would be to just continue moving on into the next town
forget the name of it, but it's only maybe about 2 days away, maybe less than 2 days even. And I could do the resupply there. So not quite sure. It all kind of is going to depend on what time I get into town. If I stayed a little longer in Port Clinton, though, I could do some laundry. And then I'm also wanting to pick up some permethrin. I gotten some new clothes, new shoes, and stuff like that that would be good for me to put some permethrin on. Make sure that I don't pick up any sort of ticks. I think the last thing I want right now is Lyme disease, which is probably one of the most dangerous things that you can get while you're out here. So in the meantime, I've just been kind of checking myself at night, making sure I don't have any ticks on me. It usually takes over 24 hours for them or it takes the tick, once it's latched onto you, over 24 hours for you to actually pick up Lyme disease. So if you're able to catch it early, take them off, you're not in any sort of danger. But obviously they are small. They're very difficult to find sometimes. It's hard to tell if it's dirt or a tick. Thankfully, I've not had any issues with them so far, but that's also because I was covered in permethrin. So, all right, well, the trail has sucked today so far. It is very, very muddy from the rain overnight, or that occurred last night. And it's making things very difficult. The rocks are very slippery. There's areas that are just flooded, that you end up getting your shoes all muddy and your socks wet, unfortunately. But I'm about halfway to Port Clinton. I've done about 9 miles today. So far, I've got another 9 to go. And it's supposed to start raining here in about another hour or two. So I'm really hoping that the rain holds off until I can get into town so I can stay dry. But I don't know if that's going to happen, unfortunately. Also, I think I forgot to record this yesterday, but I did pass by the 1,200 mile mark. So we officially have less than 1,000 miles to go to Katahdin, down to 3 triple digits. So that's pretty cool. It's a little more exciting. It makes it seem like a much more attainable goal, knowing that I've got less than 1,000 miles. All right, this part of the trail has been absolutely miserable. I mean, check this out. It's ridiculous. Why? Why do there need to be so many rocks? All right, so I have arrived into Port Clinton, and boy, that was a tough last few miles. There's a ton of rocks. And then the last like half mile, I've never been on a trail that was that steep. It was ridiculous. I'm happy to be here, happy to be done with the day. I think I'm just gonna go straight to the pavilion. There's a pavilion that a church hosts that I'm just going to make some dinner and pass out. It's a free shuttle in the morning. I'll take into town. I'll run my errands then, but rough day. Glad to be done.